shutdown day. Right now, there are a few names that are out there. There are a few names that we know. Desmond Ridder, Blake Whitehurst, Marquise Hayes, Andrea Bocelli have been cut. Those we know about. Some of the things I can tell you is that the Cardinals did not keep 5 running backs. There was a big question if they were going to keep 5 running backs. They did not keep 5 running backs. So that's one tidbit I can give you. They will only have 4. Another thing I can tell you is that Jesse Luketa did make the roster. So Jesse Luketa did make the roster. Good news. Really like Jesse Luketa. Played really, really hard in the preseason. I'm happy for him. He had a really good camp, so I'm happy to see he made it.
I was not shocked he made it once they traded Cam Thomas. I think decisions were already made before that final preseason game. And I thought that Thomas and Luketa played into the Bronco game, into that second half, because they were battling each other. But the reality is, we know now, the reason why the decision was made already to move on from Cam Thomas. The reason why Cam Thomas played deep into that Bronco game is the Cardinals were showcasing him for the Kansas City Chiefs. Ultimately, they sent Thomas away for the 7th-round pick. That, to me, paved the way for Jesse Luketa making the football team, at least for now. As for Bocelli getting cut, to me, that means it's a really good sign for Xavier Weaver, the rookie out of Colorado, to make this team in the receiving core. Now, we'll see. We'll see who they keep. They may have other ideas. But obviously, with Zay Jones being out for 5 games, there's a really good chance somebody who would have been on the practice squad or maybe just on the waiver wire is going to make this football team as a wide receiver.
All right, I'm being told that the moves are going to be sent out very soon. Like within the next minute or two, we'll have all the moves. Okay. So working right now to get the information. What I can tell you again, Jesse Luketa did make the roster.
Good.
And I can tell you that they did not keep 5 running backs. So one of the running backs did get cut. Not sure which one it is, but I can tell you that was a big topic going in. It was whether they were going to keep 5 running backs. Carter did not make the team. So it's Michael Carter. So I'll give you that now. It's not out yet, but I will give you that. It's
Carter did not make the team.
Carter did not make the team.
Okay, so you know Benson, Connor, and DeMercado made the team. So who is that 4th running back going to be?
Michael Carter did not make the roster.
So is it Dallas or Jones?
DJ Dallas probably made the team then. Yes. So what I can tell you, Jesse Luketa did make the team. Michael Carter did not make the team. I'm expecting announcements to come out soon, very soon on the full roster. But
here it's out. It's out now.
Is it out now?
It's out now.
Okay,
yep.
just came out now. All right, now we can go through it.
Yeah, there are a lot of names. Andre Bocelli, as we know, linebacker Marcus Bailey. Bear with me now because it's quite a bit of names. I'm just going to rip through them. Gambo, if anybody, catches your eye or ear, just jump in. Linebacker Chris Barnes, who actually was prominently a part of that defense last year. Offensive lineman Jackson Barton. Running back Michael Carter, as Gambo broke that news a minute or two before it came out. Defensive lineman TJ Carter. Andre Sacheret, the safety, who got some time last year. Chesna, the wide receiver. Jaden Davis, a cornerback. Hassan Hall, a running back. Marquise Hayes, Gambo mentioned him. Phil Hoskins, defensive lineman. Offensive lineman Keith Ismail. Defensive lineman Naquan Jones. Tyler Maddox-Williams, the linebacker who popped a bit in preseason. Defensive lineman Miles Murphy. Linebacker Trevor Nowaski. Wide receiver Tajon Palmer. Not a lot of names there. Cornerback Bobby Price, who was always trying to make this team as a special teams guy. Quarterback Des Ridder, we know that. Tight end Bernard Sikovitz, but he's from Europe, right? Tyreek Smith, linebacker. Ben Stilley, defensive lineman. He'll be brought back on the practice squad, I would guess. Tight end Blake Whitehurst, who Gambo mentioned. Offensive lineman Elijah Wilkinson, who's always struggled. And cornerback Devod Wilson. So there's a host of names. Finally official today, 2:06 by the Cardinals.
There you go. Okay. So the big ones to me, and I'll just give you mine. I thought Bocelli played great. I thought he had a great preseason, was hoping he would make it as a wide receiver. He did not. Tajon Palmer was also cut as a wide receiver. So those 2 wide receivers did not make the roster. So Bocelli's a big name to be there. Michael Carter, the running back, I thought he played extremely well. They have 5 good running backs. I'm sure he'll get picked up. He was running the ball extremely well. He's a speed guy, gets that burst to the outside. Really liked some of the things he did in the preseason, really did. But they decided against 5 running backs. That was a big topic because they got 5. That was their best room. Their best room was their running back room. They have 5 guys that are NFL caliber running backs. DJ Dallas's ability to return as a special teams guy, I'm sure gave him the nod over Carter. And then the big news is the quarterback. Desmond Ridder losing out to Clayton Tune. That was very obvious that Clayton Tune was going to win that job. It was obvious to anybody who watched that Clayton Tune had outplayed Desmond Ridder. That was a no-brainer that Tune was better. You know, the question is going to be, there are a lot of other good quarterbacks that are getting cut right now, or halfway decent quarterbacks. Is Tune the guy, or do they look somewhere else?
Yeah, and also, Gambo, more news coming in. This one is going to be of interest to the Cardinal fans listening out there. Darius Robinson, he is going to begin the season on IR.
Okay.
So that'll be the designated to return list, obviously, which means he will be out at least until week 5. So, we talked about that yesterday, the state of that calf. He heard it last week. There's still 2 weeks to go to the season. Now he's out 4 more weeks. I mean, that's a 6.5 week injury. So clearly that's no small, injury to that calf muscle. I think we can say that for sure.
A tough break right there for the rookie. Definitely a tough break for the rookie to not be there. Yeah, so Chris Barnes, the linebacker, cut. Andrea Bocelli, the wide receiver, cut. Michael Carter, the running back, cut. I'm just giving you the big names. Marquise Hayes, the offensive lineman, cut. Keith Ishmael, offensive lineman, cut. Tejan Palmer, wide receiver, did some nice things. Cut. Bobby Price, the corner. Desmond Ridder, the quarterback, did not make the roster. Ben Stilley, the defensive lineman. Elijah Wilkinson, offensive lineman. These are the cuts. There was also the trade, which we'll get into a little bit later on. They traded Cam Thomas to the Chiefs for a 7th-round pick. We'll break that down a little bit later. And as Tim mentioned, Darius Robinson, the rookie from Mizzou, on the injured reserve list to start the season, going to have to miss 4 games. So that is the news that's coming out right there. We're able to get you a few tidbits before it got released, which was good. But to me, the big thing really is I was really curious as to whether they were going to keep the 5 running backs. It was a major talking point all the way through because the 5 guys that were good now had to be really, really hard on Monty Ossenfort and Jonathan Gannon to make that decision because Carter, he showed a lot of flashes, had a really good preseason, but I think DJ Dallas and that return ability was something that they really liked. Obviously, DeMarcado's a great blocker. Benson's your rookie, and you like him, but DeMarcado's ability to pick up the blitz as a running back, you like that. Connor's not going anywhere. Benson, DeMarcado, and then DJ Dallas winning that spot over Michael Carter. Interesting, but the Cardinals roster cuts have been made.
All right, Tony Jones Jr., another running back. He might have been the 6th one. He's got NFL experience as well. He's going to be on IR as well. So that's what the Cardinals do with Tony Jones Jr. and obviously Michael Carter. Something tells me, Gambo, I don't know where Carter's going to end up, and maybe he finds a home and he's there for the entire season. Something tells me, though, that if he remains available or on a practice squad somewhere, we may not have seen the last of Michael Carter with the Arizona Cardinals, the way guys get banged up and injured over the course of the season. They like him. Yeah. And he was good last year.
You have to remember that they can add 16 players to the practice squad now. 16 players.
And a lot of veterans, too, a half dozen veterans.
Yeah, so 16 to the practice squad. We'll start to work on that to see if any of these guys are going to come back to the practice squad. But that's what they'll be able to do. So some of these guys that were cut, obviously, will end up on the practice squad. And then we'll look around. Because one of the things that I was talking to you about, Bailey Zappi, the quarterback, was waived by the Patriots. We'll look at Jameis Winston, Tyler Huntley, I think are going to be available. Nate Sudfeld was cut. Nathan Peterman was cut. C.J. Beathard was cut. So there were quite a few quarterbacks that got cut. I mean, are the Cardinals happy with Clayton Tune, or is there an upgrade somewhere else out there that they like in another spot? So I am curious to see how that's going to play out. Are they satisfied with Tune as their backup with the little experience he has, or is there somebody that's been let go by another team and you kind of like them and you like their experience and you'd rather have him? We'll wait and see how it plays out. But for now, Clayton Tune has gotten the job. He beat out Desmond Ridder.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.